Hey guys, we need to go over the exercise from 610 and 612, exercise 12 and 13. Start with exercise 12. These are agreement issues, so we need pronouns agreeing with the antecedent. For review on this, if you want to stop and go back to the agreement video from last class set, that might be helpful. If you remember it, there were 3 columns, and we walked through a bunch of different indefinite pronouns and figured out whether they're singular, plural, or maybe depends on what it refers to. So we'll see some of those in these exercises. Reviewing that might be a good idea. Okay, let's go through these. Number 1. A person should always try his or her best. It needs to agree with, whatever goes in that blank needs to agree with a person. It needs to be singular. And what we would probably say in that situation, just informally, if I were speaking it, I'd probably say, a person should always try their best. Right? That sounds normal. But the ACT is not really testing your knowledge of informal English, right? They're testing you on standard English. And a person should always try their best doesn't make sense. It doesn't make logical sense. We know what the speaker means, but how does one person try their best? Their is plural. Person is singular. It really doesn't make logical sense. So we do need to think that way as we're working through these. Number 2, the uniform company finally sent Jerome and Ken the shirts that they had ordered. Jerome and Ken. The and makes it a they. So number 2 is they. Number 3, Claire or Ida, or is the key word there, will go to the nursing home. Not both of them, one or the other. Will go to the nursing home early so that she can help the residents into the lounge. Number 4, several of the volunteers, several is always plural, so the pronoun needs to be plural, contributed their own money. Number 5, are you sure that each of the contestants answered? Okay, so each is singular. Even though it's referring to contestants, each makes the whole situation singular. It treats them individually. So we need something singular in the blank. But we don't know the gender. We don't know who the contestants are. So his or her. It's kind of clunky and doesn't really look good, but his or her is technically the best way to do it. Okay, number 6, both, that's always plural, of the girls packed their suitcases. So that one makes sense and sounds correct. It's great when it works out that way. 7, everyone on the baseball team wore a name tag on, not their jacket. Let's assume that they're all boys in this baseball team, and it's everyone, so it's his jacket. If you have his or her, that's fine. Number 8, neither of the women, so neither works kind of like each does. It treats it singularly. Not this woman nor this woman. It doesn't lump them together. So her job application. Number 9, anyone can belong if they are interested. No. Anyone is singular, so we need a he or she here also. And then number 10, neither the coaches nor the players blamed. Now, if you said each other, I guess that's okay. The pronoun we're looking for here, though, is themselves. What gets tricky here is neither the coaches nor the players. There's two plurals. So you're not going to go wrong with picking a plural to go in that blank, because there's nothing singular going on there. What can happen, though, is you may end up with a situation where it reads something like, neither the players nor the coach blamed someone for the loss. And if we're referring to himself or themself, well, which one do you go to? Because you've got one plural and one singular. The trick there, the rule, is sort of a compromise rule. It's whichever one is closer to the pronoun. Or in the case of a verb agreement issue, it's whichever one is closer to the verb. So if it read, neither the players nor the coach, we would continue it as blamed himself for the loss, since coach is closer to the pronoun. Crazy. You probably never run into that again, or ever use it, but there you go. It's a freebie. Okay, exercise 13. Sorry, not jumping ahead. Number 1, George has chosen Walt Disney as the subject of his report. George did it. It's his report. Nothing weird there. Everything is singular. That one's correct as it is. Number 2, several other people in our class have also submitted his or her topics. Several is always plural. It doesn't matter what it refers to. Several means more than one. So it's got to be plural, which means we got to get rid of his or her and replace it with their. Number 3, Dominic, one of the Peroni twins, has chosen Alfred Hitchcock as not their but his. And what they do there, they're trying to throw you off with the phrase one of the Peroni twins, right? They're throwing in a plural, but that's just parenthetical. That's just added information. It's still just Dominic has chosen his subject. Number 4, neither George nor Dominic. Okay, now we got 2 names, but we're going to treat this as a singular thing. Will have difficulty finding material for his report, because the sentence is saying George will have difficulty for his report and Dominic will have difficulty finding things for his report. And that can be a little bit tricky. So we get rid of their, replace it with his. Number 5, each treats everything as a singular thing. So each has left its mark on the entertainment world. Be careful not to put a his in there because it's not referring to the movie makers. It's referring to the movie makers' films. Each of the films has left its mark. Number 6, both Ming Chin and Sue offered their help. Plural, their help with proofreading to George. That one's correct as it is. Okay, 7, each boy refused politely, saying that they would, okay, each is singular, so the boys are doing this as individuals, not as a group. So it should be saying that he would proofread the report on his own. And I think I missed one of these. Yeah, I got the he, but I didn't read far enough. We need to replace their with his. Okay, number 8. Does everyone... Now let's just read this without that inserted... So you got the commas on both sides of it. That means it's not essential. It's just inserted. So we're going to read it without that. Does everyone know that he or she must assemble facts, not opinions? Okay, that's how it should read. Hang on, did I do that right? Yeah, I just went one ahead. Right, we're replacing they with he or she. The fact that it says including George and Dominic has nothing to do with the subject and verb together. Everyone, or the pronoun everyone and its antecedent. It's just shoved in there in addition. Okay, number 9. Neither George nor Dominic should forget to, so this is singular, right? We want everything to be singular. Forget to include anecdotes about his subject. So we change the plural there to the singular his. Number 10, nobody, that one's singular, likes to discover that can't be a they because nobody is singular. It's got to be a he. So we get rid of they. Oh yeah, we don't know the gender, so we want it to be he or she. Okay, I think that's it. Let's go ahead and score those. If you want to just do a score out of 20, just lump these together and do a score out of 20 and send that to me with your other scores for this class meeting. That'd be great. Okay, we'll see you in a few days. Bye-bye.